Yeah, so next up, we also have Winston Chen. He's also in the AWS cloud computing track, and he's going to talk about his experience and learning. So go ahead, Winston.
All right, thank you, John. Hello, everybody. My name is Winston, and I'm a senior at CSU Stanislaus, currently pursuing a degree in cognitive science, as well as aiming for data analysis as my career. I'm very grateful to have been accepted into the CCE community to participate in the cloud computing track under my mentor, Timothy Ma, who has led me well throughout my 6 months here. Under his guidance, I've been able to achieve certain certifications in SQL and as an AWS cloud practitioner, which are both vital skill sets to become a successful data analyst. Now, just like Diane, we had a similar process where we would meet one-on-one weekly to discuss any questions and just have a catch up of what we're trying to do. Now, as shown on this slide, there are three main stages to perform data analysis. First, we need to collect the raw data with data cleaning techniques such as deduplication and SQL, followed by building a data pipeline, or also known as ETL, which stands for extract, transform, and load, to transform the data. And lastly, we need to visualize the data to extract business insights. This can be done with programs such as Tableau to build like these beautiful graphs that you can see about any topic. Here in my time with CCE, I've been provided the opportunity to work with the data pipeline and operations step with Timothy by exploring how AWS and cloud computing is used in the business world. But first, what is cloud computing? For all those unaware, we have to know what the cloud is. In technical terms, cloud computing refers to the servers that operate in a multitude of companies all around the world. All data stored into the cloud is readily available through API access to these servers without limitation or a physical boundary. Cloud computing is simply an extension of this concept. As one can imagine, there are infinitely many applications of the cloud. There are some major examples of its applications, such as storage, computing, and network. Taking computing as an example, AWS provides services such as Lambda and EC2, which work as event-driven code and as a virtual computer, respectively. Change slide, please. Here is a wider array of services provided by AWS. Even this picture does not cover the extent of all the services. As for today, the one I'll be showcasing today is called Amazon SageMaker, a fully managed machine learning service. Change slide, please. Before I start the demo, let me introduce something called GPT-2, otherwise known as Generative Pre-trained Transformer 2, an open source machine learning model specialized in natural language processing, which is also known as NLP tasks. I start with downloading the GPT-2 model. Go back to the previous slide, please. I start with downloading the GPT-2 model from the Hugging Face Hub, which is previously mentioned. It is a popular open source collaboration platform similar to GitHub. There are over 40 gigabytes of text that is trained into this model, and with such a sophisticated library, this allows the model to perform many real-world use cases. Take text generation as an example. If you've written emails using Gmail before, maybe you've seen Google attempting to autocomplete your sentence for you. This task is using predictive text, one of the many uses of GPT-2. For today, I will be showcasing GPT-2's predictive text capabilities as well as its text generation. Next slide, please. And please start the video. Here in this first demo, the input will be a sample text detailing about the Eiffel Tower. As you can see over here, the text is very long and wordy. All right, let us run the model. After we run the model, you can see that all that text has been reduced to just 3 simple sentences. Now, what could a business use this for? They could definitely utilize this capability to extract critical business insights from complex documentation, such as financial reporting. And with some fine-tuning, text summarization can even be used in conjunction with text generation. For example, I could generate a very long text about a keyword, about any topic I wanted, and use summarization to end up with an automatically generated summarized text. Change slide, please. Sorry, next slide. All right, here, let us see text generation in action. Now, just like before, the input this time will be a sample text. But after we run the model, we can see the generated text in the output. The sample text is mainly here to act as like the lead. Because this model is just a sample, it is not fine-tuned to generate to a very specific topic. Because here you can see that the output is kind of just all over the place. But nonetheless, it does grasp the general keywords and tries to generate the appropriate text according to the input. An important use for businesses of this function could be like to automate tagline generation for an advertisement, which requires users to only provide keywords. As with most other services, cloud computing thrives in its ability to increase efficiency of a business. Next slide, please. All right, having completed all these achievements, I'm glad to say that I have learned very much. This has been my first exposure to cloud computing, and I feel that I now have a wealth of information and experience in this topic. One of the many steps of cloud computing was learning to use AWS solutions, as previously mentioned. It is a resource by AWS which holds pre-made templates to run their services with. Now I can utilize cloud computing as part of my skill set in data analysis to solve problems. Lastly, this entire showcase was actually something that I felt pretty nervous about trying to prepare. But however, we had a workshop about failure in CCE, which helped me bolster my confidence to talk with everyone here. While this is mostly a technical showcase of cloud computing, I still felt that it was necessary to mention the overcoming the fear of failure and presenting, because in the business world, you aren't really just defined by your technical skills, but as well as your soft skills. And I felt like being able to improve on this aspect of myself has been able to improve myself as a whole. And with that, I would like to conclude my showcase and give great thanks to my mentor, Timothy, and everyone else here in the CCE community for this opportunity. Thank you.